So today I want to talk about distraction and notifications. You might have heard the phrase attention economy. Basically, it means that instead of competing for our money, companies are increasingly competing for our attention. This is often called engagement. You might have heard this word. And what results from an attention economy is distraction. Why is it so hard to resist that notification buzz telling us that we have a new like on Instagram or a new message on Facebook? It turns out that these types of distractions are tapping into a process called the dopamine loop, where our brain gets addicted to the dopamine hit we get when we keep our brains busy. Dopamine is part of the limbic system, and it works the same as all other addictions. And the worst part is that it keeps drawing us back in. The ingredients for triggering it are well understood, specifically seeking and reward, opening the app, a constant search for more, i.e. infinite scroll, unpredictability, maybe the next post will be life-changing, and Pavlovian cues, aka notifications. The result? We're exhausted. And so sitting quietly in meditation can seem super hard because we're used to a certain level of stimulation. Even if we do end up having time to be still, we find it uncomfortable and we'll seek out more distraction. So let me illustrate this with a personal example. Last week, I went to Home Depot with my friend Shay to help them pick out some plants, and I left my phone in the car. And while we were walking around, waiting for Shay to pick out plants, I noticed I had this consistent urge to reach for my phone in order to scroll through Pinterest or check message notifications. But because I'd consciously left my phone in the car, instead I took some time to walk around this huge plant section, to really look at the plants and notice the colors, to touch the plants and feel the texture of the leaves on my hands, to breathe in the flower-scented air, to really be present with my present moment experience instead of seeking to escape into the virtual world, when there was really nothing wrong with my present moment experience. There was actually plenty there if I chose to experience it. So a key takeaway I'd like to leave you with. If you have trouble being quiet or still during meditation, there's nothing wrong with you. Our culture trains our brains to constantly seek stimulation, and meditation is the process of the exact opposite of that, and it does get easier with practice. So if any of this resonated with you, here are some ways that you can implement some changes in your own life around digital well-being. Option number 1, I invite you to take an inventory. What apps do I use, and which of them actually make me feel better afterward, that actually have a positive impact on my life? When I did this inventory, I realized that Facebook and Instagram didn't make me feel better after using them. I often felt the same afterward, or possibly worse. Pinterest, on the other hand, made me feel better. It's not a social app for me. I don't have friends on the app. I strictly use it to find new vegan recipes, craft ideas, and mindfulness quotes. So after using it, I often feel inspired or happy. So Pinterest stayed, and Facebook and Instagram got deleted from my phone. Option number 2, a different challenge is to look at the apps you use and try tweaking the notification settings. I have notifications turned off for most of my apps. Most of them are not that critical that I can't wait until I open the app. And I have most of the little red badges turned off too. There's a reason that those notification badges are red. Our human eyes pick up the color red as important. And because it's red, it can easily distract us from what we are actually trying to accomplish on our phone. Consider turning those off. And lastly, option number 3. Try leaving your phone in the car. When you get the itch to scroll, try getting present instead. If you like this video and you want some more practice with getting present, please check out my playlist of guided meditations.